Are you wanting to make your own Death Trooper armor? Well, join me today as we put a couple models together to make a full set of Star Wars type armor. See you guys inside. Hello and welcome to today's video. As I said, we are going to put a couple models together that are out on Thingiverse and come up with our own Death Trooper armor. Will it be completely correct? No, but it's yours. Why does it need to be completely 100% correct? Unless you are just that into it, then you can. But what we're doing today is for my Halloween costume. And this is what I'm going to actually wear Halloween 2021. So essentially I've taken 3 or 4 model kits to try to make something as close to a Death Trooper as we can. Now if you saw my Jerry's Filament review video, you saw the helmet sitting on my table. It's in pretty rough shape. It's going to get better, but it's still going to be kind of in rough shape. I'm not actually very happy with the way that helmet turned out, but it's what we got and that's what we're using. So, but also, if you remember The Mandalorian, I only did the helmet, the arms, and the chest. And I did the jetpack. Yeah, kind of cool. But I never actually got to finishing the lower part of the armor. If you want me to finish that armor, comment. But I went all out on this one. We have the leg armor, we have the midriff, we have the chest, we have the arms, and we have the helmet. And we even have some gear pouches and stuff to put on there to make this armor more authentic. So this is just a start. This is my first attempt at really going. This is actually probably honestly the biggest project I've ever done. So there are flaws, there are good things, there are bad things. Right now we're going through a weather change, which I think is affecting my printer. I'm noticing I'm getting more clogs than I usually do. Different things like that. Humidity changes, heat changes, all kinds of stuff like that is kind of going on in the environment. So it's been a little bit of this has been a trial. And actually, if the camera were to point to the floor, you would actually see bits of this armor laying around everywhere. But it's been a fun process. I will show the models. I'm not going to take it through Kira. So we're going to show the models, where to get them, and then we're going to hop to the time lapses and we're going to hop to the post-op where I'm trying to get this stuff on and finished before Halloween, which is from the making of this point, of this clip in the video, I have 1 week until Halloween, but I only have 4 days until this video goes out. So little bit of a pinch to finish this in 4 days, but I will tell you right now, the body armor is done. I've got 1 leg piece missing. The helmet is as done as I'm gonna get it. We're ready to rock and roll about the best we can right now. And this is just Halloween. So once Halloween's done, this is just a project to finish, to really go back and finish. Paint comes off, things change, reprints happen. So this one is definitely something going to be in the books for me as probably my most difficult project. Now I will tell you, if you are wanting to print this stuff, I had to print a lot of this single piece on the CR10 Max. My CR10s weren't even big enough to handle the full model, but I have a video out on Mesh Mixer if you need to cut the pieces up to make them fit on your smaller printers. But the arms really weren't a problem, the shoulder pads weren't a problem, the chest piece could easily be broken down to be printed on a smaller printer, so could the back piece. The midriff and the butt cover is what I'm going to call it, easily printed on a CR10. The thighs were massive pieces. And also the shin protector was also pretty good size, and I could only do those on the CR10 Max. So kind of keep that in mind if you're going for this project. You're either going to have to cut up in a lot of pieces and assemble, which does create breakpoints, so use that 3D printing pen. But it's one of those things you got to keep that in mind as you go through this model. This was a very trying project just to get the pieces printed. I'll tell you, I've been working on this for over 6 weeks, pretty much non-stop. At least 2 or 3 printers dedicated to this project, and my Max completely dedicated to the project. So that's been, I'm kind of anxious to get the Max back for other projects, but this one kind of, I had taken a step and I needed to keep going. And it's the same thing, The Mandalorian, we're going to completely probably revisit that, refreshed and renewed. So if you want to see me hit that project again, definitely comment below. If you're new here, if you're curious about what you're going to see or like what you're seeing on this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you know friends that are big Star Wars Stormtrooper fans, share the video. Let them know. This stuff ain't too... You don't have to go to Etsy just to buy this stuff. You can make it yourself. So let's hop over to the computer. We'll review the Thingiverse files that we used for this build. And then we will get to the time lapses portions of the build, and then we'll see the final product. See you guys on the other side. Okay guys, so here are the files that I used. All but one come from Thingiverse. There are 5 separate things I put together to make this. So there's a lot going in here. First off, keep the box. Awesome set of files for a basic Stormtrooper armor. And they've been separated into all the pieces. Some of the files that I found, all the pieces were just one big file. And that was a nightmare. But this set is perfect because they're broken up piece for piece where they go. But they are meant for a larger printer for most of them. So you will either have to break them down to get them on a smaller, like Odin 5 or an Ender 3. A lot of the pieces worked fine on a CR10, like all the arm pieces. But the legs and the torso, to do them as one piece, I had to use my CR10 Max. Just to get them to fit. Rotating, all kinds of stuff. It was difficult. Actually, the torso and the butt plate, those will fit on your CR10s as they are. But the chest plate and the legs, I did that all with a CR10 Max. So this was a really good set, really well made, and for the most part, other than my printers being jerks, really easy to print. So this is a great basic starting spot for you. Next is the helmet. So you may have seen this one in its initial phases in my Jerry's filament video. Mine does not have the gloss or the shine like this one does. I deliberately have mine look scrounged, nicked, been used helmet. This one that the Joffro, I don't know how to say the name, made. It looks gorgeous. I do plan on doing a video of just this as a one big single print, but I did it in multiple pieces on the Ender 3 and the Odin 5 because of the filament I was using, which is the Jerry's filament, and basically that's what I had available at the time. I was doing other projects. So already broke down, ready for the smaller printers. Great helmet model. Moving on, then we have the thermal detonator. Now, I know this is what we see on most normal Stormtroopers, but come on, these are Death Troopers. They're going to have grenades. So I plan on putting this onto the back plate. The back plate was pretty plain, so I wanted to dress it up some. Then I'm going to go over to the belt pouch, these belt holders and spacers. So awesome set of models, not Star Wars specific, but I wanted to give that look around the waist of the ammo clips, you know, all their special gear that they use. I wanted to make sure to capture and grab that. And this is just perfect because I had a few fabric belts laying around with a clip that this is going to go great with. So this was kind of a last minute. Unfortunately, guys, you will not see the time lapse of this. It's just not done. So hopefully it'll be done in the next. It should be done in the next day. As I say this is a Thursday before Halloween, so those should hopefully be done. Same with the thermal detonators tube. Unfortunately, it won't be done in time. And then the model that I paid for is the E11D blaster rifle. I didn't pay $13.71, but this model is definitely worth it for 2 reasons. One, there's a solid print model, which was great for my CR30, which will be how you guys see me print this. But they also include all the files of all the parts broken down. So you can print this with a smaller printer. You can get this put together. And it is a very nice, high detail model. So definitely recommend this one. Links to all these are down in the description. So go get them. So I'm not going to do the Kira part. If you guys want to see a particular thing done and broken down in Kira, make sure you leave the comments down below. Like I said, this was just a rather large project. This video is going to be rather long. So it's kind of one of those things. And this is only part 1. Part 2 will come after Halloween here. where you guys actually see me put the armor together, have the armor on, meet the trick-or-treaters, and kind of just have a good time. So we're hoping for a lot of fun with that. So these are the models. Let's hop to those time lapses. We'll see you guys on the other side of the time lapse. And if you don't go to the other side and you want to see me actually putting this all together, I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, so those are the time lapses. There's a lot of parts to this one, and we're gonna break this up into two pieces because I want to actually show how to take all this and make it to where it actually straps with the other parts and can go on your body without having to have it sewn to a shirt or something like that. So, and I'm going to use 3D printing and some stuff from Hobby Lobby to do just that, to make this where there's actual clips that you can clip together and it puts the armor, and you can put the armor on and connect all the pieces, because we got the shoulder pauldrons, which you saw printed. They're actually behind the table there, and I'm still waiting for a few pieces to actually finish printing. As I make this video, this part of the video, we are Thursday before Halloween. I got a lot of work still to do, but they're black. They're not the white that they were. They're painted. They look good. The helmet is almost done. I actually left the helmet, I didn't sand it completely smooth. I kind of like he's worn it. It's been beaten up, scratched, dented, sat down in the mud. So I actually left that kind of detailing on the top of the helmet. That, you know, this is worn, this is used. I got to put the lenses in yet, but put some lenses in. I want to put some foam and a headband in here so it actually sits on my head properly and that I can see. But all in all, things are coming together for this one. I do have more painting still to do with these little Molly clip holders that go on the belt that will go along my waistline as my ammo. These are really cool prints. They just clip together. You can get a pin or a nail and put in here to make it hinged. The little piece, this snaps and makes the actual clamp, which is really cool. This opens up for supplies, whatever, and it's built right to go on the belt loops. Definitely check out this model. It was a good one. So, and I may actually take one or two and actually put onto my shoulder. Haven't decided yet. Belt first, then we'll get to more ornamentation. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. It is part one. Part two will actually show you how to sew, you know, I'm actually going to try using a 3D printing pen to actually create hooks in the armor to actually mount the straps. So I'm kind of curious to see how that will go. It'll be interesting to try. It may be a big mistake and break after the first day, but hey, it's Halloween. It's a fun project. There are so many pieces to this armor. And then of course the single print CR30 E-11D blaster that I still have to patina and work on some more, but it came out quite well. Took a while to get all the support off, but all in all it came out really nice. The barrel is actually clear inside, and I'll do some patinaing and heat wear on this to actually make it look more realistic than this black gloss that I've got on it. All in all, the armor came out really well. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the models. If you want to see a Cura session on any part of this, please let me know down in the comments down below. And I will see you guys on a special edition on Tuesday, where I show you the rest of this and happy trick-or-treaters that came to visit. So, thank you guys. See you in the next video.